Alright, the video title doesn't make sense. Now I'll explain to you why. First off, let me just say I do apologize. The background noise, it's my laptop. I'm editing a video. And yes, let's get straight to the topic. Now, from something to nothing. Now, at a young age, my father built me an empire of having everything. A house, a business, and a car. And now I'm gone from the stage of having what most of the people will see themselves as being successful, of having all that in one go. Right? Being a director of the company, owning your own property, and, have your own car, from, working 7 days, you pretty much do whatever you want. Until now, this been getting to my mind for a fair bit of way, especially today. Now, as you can tell, I just walked into my room, just literally like 2 steps. That's how small my room is. My room is probably, the length is probably less than 2 meters, and the width, the width is really, really small, very, very small. Now, I've gone from a big house, downsized to myself to a small room, and I'm living currently more than 20 kilometers away from the city, and I'm paying rent, which is ridiculous cheap, but at the same time I am living an hour and probably like an hour and 15 minutes away from my university or more. So that's how long my commute will get. 2 buses, 1 train. Now, from going from something to nothing, it's a huge journey, as I reflected on ever since I moved out, and especially till now, especially when I was going for, walkabouts for the grocery shopping, when it took me like 25 minutes walk for the, the home dog as well, which is my home earner has. So I went from a very, very stressful lifestyle and very, very depression lifestyle of having all that, and now becoming to what I become, nothing. Literally, I don't have a car, I don't have a house, I don't have a business, I just follow what I need to do with my life and everything. I'm at the stage right now, I could say, I see a lot of people who wants to get something, whether they wanted to get a particular thing. Now, when you get that particular thing, right, I don't know what you want. Maybe a Mavic, a drone, or maybe iPhone 8, or maybe you just want a bigger house. I can't just say like technology, but more of like, houses or cars or a dream job, right? Or a dream, whatever you want, all right? What I've realized is that whether you want it or not, the society wanted you to go to that route, right? You have to be like, certain cultures has, hierarchy within the family. The more you have, the better it brings for the family, and as well for the mating partner as well. But what I do found, having potentially have all these debts and all these, everything that I used to own, now I've gone to walking lifestyle, public transport, like I'm spending minimal, be small as you can. And I never understood the term from my landlord talking about, it's better to live in a life as being the small as you can, because the bigger you are, or if you're being notable about it, then people will start coming. There's a lot of problems, bills on the side, or just a lot of things to stress out, or it's just easy to target, and you're just not really happy like the lifestyle. And I started to figure out now, like, even though I'm living in a small room, right, I may regret of choosing this room, but at the same time, it brought me happiness. When I used to have all that, I don't have any happiness through behind. But what I'm trying to tell you is that in life, when you wanted something so bad and you have it, you get bored or you get sick of it, or it has a huge curse on you, or it's just a huge blow on you. It either goes either way, you can't have like, I don't know what's your favorite meal, the best kebabs, right? If you have the best kebab every single day, you get bored of it, right? It's just one of those moments. But It was like a long-term investment, like a house or a certain career position that you wanted to get into. Once you get into that role, you're not happy about it, whether it's not what you expected, you're not happy about it, or you're overcommitting yourself into something that you eventually realize you're a zombie. You're just a workaholic. And now I'm 27. It's easy for me to say this, and I see a lot of people around my age who wanted to achieve that sort of goals, or going straight out of university, will have limited life skills, and as well of the society or the family structure wanted them to get to that direction. And what they've realized is that it was a difficult journey for me when I went through that path when I was a young age, like my early 20s, right? Even my late, even towards my late 18s to 20, like early 20s, is a huge blow for me. And what I've realized is that it's a never ending, right? It's a never ending happiness. Like you may want things a lot bigger and better, and you gradually just getting forward and forward and forward and forward. Now, I'm more than happy to have a brick phone, have keypads, or I just simply just have like a decent laptop, something that you being small, you're not noticeable. It brought a different side of the world where I could see a lot of those who has all these blings and they're not happy about it. And one of the biggest things that, when you have, especially I made videos about like money or like a bit of like a mortgage talk as well, is that most of the people who come straight out of university, or people like my age, have no idea what are they getting themselves into, and follow what their family and structure, and as well being the hierarchy system of being middle class or upper class, coming from a lower class or working class to that class. And it's hard, even if you get up there, it's hard to maintain it. Like, I'm not just saying cost of living, but also employment. For example, right, this is your life, right? It could be similar. That wall there, that's all my qualifications, right? And why the signs is there. That sign there is keep reminding me every single day, because I know one of the shops who closed down, he's been opening his business for more than 34 years, and now he shuts down for not unforeseen reason from the company, not from his behalf, but anything could happen to you. What I'm trying to say from something to nothing is that when you have something, there's a lot of things going on that is maybe unforeseen, or you just can't control the environment, the climate and everything. It just gets to you. Being small as you can, less notable is the best. Like, there's not much ongoing around, and that's the way I could say I'm looking back at it now, where I am right now. Am I happy comparison to last couple years that I got out of all that mess? And look at me, I'm living in a very, very small room. I got nothing to hide. You see, I got notes down there. I got my whiteboard on the side. Very, very small room, and I always wanted to move into the next room next to me, which is a lot bigger, but I've realized the smaller you are, I wanted to have certain things in life, but I've realized that even though if I want a car or anything, I started to realize I've gotten lazier and lazier. Having a car just got me lazy. Or if you have you listen to, get a high paying jobs, or your way on getting the jobs, I could see even my mentor or even my landlord, then they're stressed, under stress and depressed all the time. And going small is actually really good in today's society to go through, being small. But however, it's not a long-term solution, especially those who want to find a mating partner. Okay, so what I can say is it's just me for offload from something to nothing. I know a lot of people will talk about from nothing to something, and it's great. You have something, that you never had, never dreamed before, and you had it. Anything could change, just like this business up here. Anything could happen to you. And it's scary just to know that. So it's been bothering me about this topic. I know I'm not getting any younger for saying this, but I truly believe from the experience of having all that made me realize the reality of the whole thing. You can't maintain that sort of lifestyle. Whether you can maintain it, you get bored of it, and then you're chasing higher stuff. You know, you keep chasing, and when you gradually have too much stress and too much debt on the side, that's when things go out of control, unforeseen, that's when you crumble. And what my landlord says, being small, less notable is a lot better. So you're not easy target, you're not high spending, you're not maintaining it, the whole thing. It's very interesting right now what's going through, especially with the job, my volunteering job, work as community support worker. I get to see a different side of life, and who's receiving food bank and food vouchers. You know, it's basically, it's not just homeless people or low income holders. It's just middle class. It's a lot scarier. That's why I said, you know, having that something it's easier, but as you age, you started to feel you're not on your prime. When you're on your prime years, you can get anything you want. You're able to work 70 hours, 72 hours, not a problem. But as age kicks in, or, you know, when cost of living kicks in, and your expenditure is on the rise, and you start to realize, man, I did not save, you know, that much of money in comparison to that little guy, you know, being that nothing, or being less notable. You have a lot, you know, in your bank account, saving, less stress. Where you have all that, you're going stress. Oh, what's going on with interest rate? Oh, what's going on with my job? It's a lot of things going on when you have something. You know, you're trying to maintain it. By maintaining it, you have to get higher salary, and you know, you do, you know, whatever shares, whatever you had to do. But now you start to realize, oh, great, I can't get to that stage. So yeah, I look back at it now from something to nothing. It changed me. It got me really happy. It's very, very, you know, at times I do think I'm ashamed of myself, the way I am living in a small room. But at the same time, I know the fact that, you know, it's better to be small. Even I learned it in the hard way, being small is the best. You know, you can have all that lavish cars or phones, whatever you name it. But, you know, you're attracting the wrong vibe, the wrong negative, and, you know, negative people. You're easy to influence a lot of certain type of friends, your surrounding as well. I'm not going to say on my past friends, but what I can say is that when you have money, there's a lot of stickiness going into things, and they might see it in a certain way, they might use you in a certain way, but at the same time, it's better to be like humble and to go live your life, because life is not all about, you know, stab each other just to get that job, you know. And when that person lost his job and go through grief, depression and suicide, and that is the rat race we're going through at the moment. But that's all I can say about this 13-minute video. Wow, did not know about it. Anyways, yeah, just got 2 more videos. So sorry about that. Just let it go off on my chest, and feels good now, because you know, I start questioning myself about it. But yeah, from something to nothing is a possible solution for you guys. But yeah, go smaller.